No matter where you are in life, no matter the mistakes you've made, the pain you've endured, or the moments you wish you could erase, there's one truth you must never forget. Your past does not determine your future. It may influence you, it may shape you, it may teach you lessons, but it does not have the power to dictate the life you are about to create. The past is not a prison. It is a story that has been written, but the chapters ahead are yours to fill. You can start fresh, even if your history is messy, even if you've fallen more times than you can count, even if the world has labeled you based on what you've done before. Starting fresh is not a fantasy. It is a choice, a mindset, and a deliberate act of courage. Every human being, even the most powerful and celebrated figures in history, has a past filled with struggles, failures, and setbacks. Abraham Lincoln faced crushing defeats, personal losses, and public ridicule before he became the president who would lead a nation through its darkest hours. His early life was filled with poverty, uncertainty, and failure, yet he refused to let these circumstances define the man he would become. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, experienced abuse, and faced rejection repeatedly in her career, yet she chose to start fresh every time life knocked her down. She transformed pain into purpose, challenges into opportunities, and adversity into power. Their stories remind us that starting fresh is possible at any stage of life, and that it is not about erasing the past, but about refusing to be held hostage by it. The first step to starting fresh is self-forgiveness. The past often weighs heavily because we are unwilling to forgive ourselves for mistakes, poor decisions, or missed opportunities. We replay our failures over and over, letting them whisper that we are not enough. But forgiveness clears the path forward. It does not mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't matter. It means refusing to let those moments dictate who you will become. Think about J.K. Rowling, who faced repeated rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She could have let her past failures define her. She could have given up, but she chose to forgive the past, believe in herself, and keep moving forward page by page, idea by idea. The next step is vision. You must see beyond what has happened to what can happen. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, faced bankruptcy, and endured ridicule. Yet he imagined a future that did not yet exist. He created something from nothing, not because his past was perfect, but because he believed in what could be. Starting fresh requires that same imagination, the ability to picture the life you want, to see yourself succeeding even when every circumstance tells you otherwise. Your vision becomes a fuel that propels you forward, the light that guides you to the darkness of doubt, regret, and fear. Action is where transformation becomes real. You can forgive yourself and visualize your future endlessly. But without action, the past continues to hold you captive. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet he did not allow those years to define him as a man or a leader. When he emerged, he acted with courage, wisdom, and purpose, shaping a nation's destiny. Action is how you take the invisible potential in your mind and bring it into the visible world. It is through consistent effort, repeated steps, and bold decisions that your past loses its power and your future begins to take shape. Letting go of what no longer serves you is also essential. Your past may be filled with people, environments, habits, and beliefs that are holding you back. Steve Jobs was once fired from the very company he founded, yet he didn't dwell on bitterness or resentment. He started again, created new ventures, and returned to Apple to revolutionize technology. Letting go is about creating space for new opportunities, new growth, and new possibilities. It is about saying, I will not carry this anymore because it is in the way of my future. Patience is a critical part of starting fresh. Transformation does not happen overnight. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Each failure could have been an excuse to quit. Yet he kept going, believing that every misstep was a step closer to his goal. Starting fresh requires the patience to understand that progress is not linear, that setbacks are not permanent, and that every small, deliberate step forward counts. Your mindset is the invisible engine behind every fresh start. You must believe that change is possible, that growth is real, and that your past is not a prophecy. Maya Angelou endured a childhood filled with trauma and hardship, yet she rose to become one of the world's most celebrated voices of wisdom, courage, and art. She understood that the mind is a battlefield, and victory begins with the belief that you are capable of transformation. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, the past grows louder. Every time you tell yourself, I can, the past becomes a shadow behind your light. Community and support are also vital. Even the most legendary figures had mentors, allies, and supporters who encouraged them, challenged them, and believed in their vision. Surround yourself with people who lift you, who challenge your doubts, and who inspire your growth. Their energy will amplify your own, helping you take the steps that turn vision into reality. Every day, you have the power to choose a fresh start. You can decide to let yesterday's mistakes define you, or you can decide to rise above them. You can decide to stay in the shadow of your past, or you can step boldly into a future that belongs to no one but you. Starting fresh is a daily commitment. It is a declaration that you are done being limited by what was and ready to be guided by what can be. Your past is only a story, not the end of your book. You have the power to write new chapters, to shape your life, to transform your pain into purpose. Every legend, every rare, powerful person you admire, from Nelson Mandela to Oprah, J.K. Rowling to Walt Disney, had a past filled with struggle, doubt, and failure. Yet they chose to rise. They chose to start fresh. And so can you. Thank you for listening, for reflecting, and for choosing to embrace your own power to start again. Thank you for allowing yourself to feel this message, to let it sink into your mind and your heart. If this message inspired you, please like this video. It helps others discover it when they need it most. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can continue receiving motivation, guidance, and daily reminders to start fresh, step boldly, and move with intention toward the life you are meant to create. Your future is waiting. The world is ready to witness the story only you can write. And the only question is, will you step into it today? Remember, your journey does not have to be perfect. It only needs to be forward. Progress is not measured by perfection, but by persistence. Every step you take today, no matter how small, is a declaration that your past does not control your life. Every choice you make in this moment is a vote for the person you are becoming, for the story you are determined to tell. You are the author, the creator, and the hero of your life. And if you feel fear creeping in, know this. Every great person in history once stood where you are standing now. Start fresh. Start strong. Start bold. Start now. Because your life, your story, and your impact cannot wait any longer.